Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Michael here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the best volume flow indicator setup for day trading specifically. So every single input for the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, and the 1-hour chart, and not just the one number that everybody talks about usually with this indicator. And at the very end here, I'm going to give you guys one of the mistakes that everybody makes, and I want to help you guys not fall into that trap because this indicator is a little bit more difficult, and if you guys are going to master it, it is going to take a little bit of fine tuning. So let's get after it. So here's the easiest way to think about the volume flow indicator from LazyBear. I want you guys to picture a crowd outside of a store, Walmart, whatever you guys are thinking about here, Whole Foods. Some people are just going to be walking past the store. Some are actually going to be walking in to buy something. The volume flow only counts the people who actually walked in, not the overall traffic around the building, meaning it only counts the volume on the candles where the price moves enough to actually matter. And you guys only want to do that because that's where the big moves are going to be happening, and that's really the important traders are usually at. All right. So, and to make sure we get the most out of that data, we have to understand how this indicator actually has 6 different inputs, and almost nobody touches more than one of them because they don't know what they mean. So there's going to be your length. That's how many bars you're going to be averaging. There's going to be the Coef, coefficient, which is how strict the filter is about what even counts as a real price move. What are you actually looking at? Does it actually matter? And then there's going to be the max volume cutoff. That's going to be what basically caps how much a single giant volume spike is allowed to skew the whole reading, especially if you guys are scalping using those smaller time frames. If you have decent volume, then one mega candle, how much is that mega candle going to mess up everything else? Or do you even want it to mess up anything in the first place? Maybe you really trust that huge igniter candle, right? So you don't want to really get too much noise is the point. And there's going to be 2 check boxes on this one. There's going to be the smooth VF, and that's going to show the histogram. There's going to be the smooth VFI and the show histogram. So those are both going to be a little bit more of a display to make things a little bit easier, but all 6 are going to change a little depending on how you guys want to trade and what time you guys are trading on today. So I'm going to be giving you guys every single setting for each time frame we talked about before. On the 5-minute chart, I want you guys to set your length to 40. That's the one everybody already knows to shorten because it's just that simple, but also bump up the coefficient to 0.25. On a very fast chart like the 5-minute one, you guys get way more tiny, meaningless price wiggles. So you want to filter out just and be a little bit more strict, I would say, so you guys get what actually counts. Then I want you guys to bring your max volume cutoff down to 2, because on the 5-minute chart, one whale order can really distort the entire reading if you guys leave it at the default 2.5. Maybe you guys don't want to do this if you guys are trading something like a Microsoft or an Apple, but if you guys are trading volatile things like a stock, like a penny stock or a cryptocurrency, you definitely want to have that tuned down just a little bit here, okay? Now, what I want you guys to do is leave the smooth VFI off for this particular chart. You guys want to read the raw data here. You guys don't want to have something averaged twice. It's just not going to make much sense here. Then what you guys are going to do is turn the histogram off. It's just going to be a display preference, but on a very fast chart like this, those histogram bars make a shift way easier to catch, especially if you're looking at it from a glance. So especially if you guys have different things, different monitors on, that's going to be just a little bit easier to see what's going on, right? And by the way, if you guys are enjoying this video, please make sure to subscribe. And if you guys want a free guide on how to trade, I have one pinned in the comments. Thanks. Now moving up to the 15-minute chart is going to be a lot of fun because this is where everything starts to get a little bit cleaner and just a lot more simple. What you guys are going to do is move the length up to 80, and the coefficient is going to be coming back down to the default level 0.2, since you guys really don't need the extra filtering because there's not going to be as much noise from that 5-minute chart. Now, this chart's already going to be more common than the 5-minute chart just by default here, but that max volume cutoff is going to go back to the default 2.5 as well. That signal length is going to be moved up to 5, the default, giving you guys a touch more smoothing than the 5-minute without actually turning sluggish, which is exactly what you guys do not want to have happen here. And here's where I actually turn the smooth VFI on. On this time frame, I want the line itself to be smooth, not just signal, but because you guys are holding trades longer and you guys don't want to get faked out by a single loud candle, especially if that's the smart money trying to do a liquidity grab there. Then what I want you guys to do is show the histogram still on, and that's going to be my personal preference for the 15-minute chart. Finally, here we have the 1 hour chart, and I would say this is going to be the easiest. So if you guys don't know how to use this indicator yet and you're trying out all these settings and you want to figure out how to really understand everything and then move on to the more advanced stuff, you guys are going to start here at the 1 hour chart, go to the 15, then go to the 5. All three are fantastic, but the 1 hour is just great, especially if you guys like to trade 24/7 markets, or if you guys like to open up trades in the morning during market open and let them go all the way into the afternoon right before market closes. Now for the 1 hour chart, I want you guys to move the length up to 130. That number is not random at all, you guys, because that's actually the original default this indicator ships with. LazyBear built it and fine-tuned it specifically for a slower chart like this one. And again, the 1 hour chart is very, very slow. That coefficient is going to be dropping to 0.15 here, looser than the default just by a tad, because at this time frame, you guys already got a big enough sample that you can afford to let more of the real volume through without over filtering what's happening here. That max volume cutoff stays at the default 2.5, and that signal length goes all the way up to 8 here for the smoothest possible read on that big picture chart. Next up for the smooth VFI, leave this on if you guys already have it on. If you guys don't have it on, of course, turn it on. And then I want you guys to also be showing the histogram to make it a little bit easier. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is the best time frame that I like with this indicator. And that's because I like to have video games on one side and my YouTube work on one while I'm doing my trading. And so this allows me to do all the trades, have a bunch of different things on my watch list, all looking at the 1 hour chart. When I get little pings, when I get little alerts, boom, I start to make those trades if they make sense. And then I get back onto other work for a few hours. And then I come back to see if my price target was hit or my stop loss was hit. That's going to give you guys real sustained buying opportunities and shorting opportunities if you want to. But in this market, it looks like it's a buyer's market all of a sudden, at least for the stock market, right? And 9 times out of 10, these signals are going to be worth paying attention to. And that one time that it's not, you guys are going to have other systems and other indicators on your charts telling you, hey, this might not be the best thing. And if you have a little bit of doubt about the trade, even with these settings working, it's okay to say, hey, let me take a break, let me pause, I'll wait to see if it worked out. But because this isn't really hitting all of my check boxes per se, let me take a little bit of a break here and see what would have happened. It's a good time to learn because there's always going to be another trade a few hours from now, a day from now, a week from now. There's always going to be another trade. And here's one thing I want you guys to understand. This indicator uses volume. The mistake that I see people use all the time is using this on a low volume stock, option, cryptocurrency, whatever. It must have a good amount of volume for you guys to use this indicator along with it. If the volume is not there, do not add this indicator. It will give you horrible results and you would not be able to trust it. Hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below.